everyone, and welcome to Number 9 Farms. I'm Dawn, and today I'm going to be making some freezer meals. And what the freezer meal is basically a freezer breakfast, but I'm going to make stuffed French toast. And this is actually from my blog. Here is the original recipe that I had that was given to me back in 1989. And I was working at the Virginia Beach General Hospital. And one morning, her name's Dee Pask, she came in and she had brought this stuffed French toast. Well, let me just tell you, I thought it was amazing. And I was like, I gotta get that recipe. Well, like literally the next day, she brought me the recipe card. So I still have that recipe card, but you can see it's handwritten. And of course, like right here, if you can see it, it says with Pam, like spray with Pam. But that's the, with the C with a line above it, that's the nurses, the way that we always wrote. So anyways, good memories here. But what I always do is I just spray the pans. And I have several of these out in the freezer now. And I will show you those. But I'm going to go ahead and make one as like a little lunch to go with or whatever, an afternoon snack. So I always grease the pans up. And the last time when I was here, we had ate one for breakfast, and then my daughter, she made a bunch while she was here too, because we are loaded with eggs, and that's a good thing. Not complaining, as long as Bruce can keep going out there getting them. So I take a lot of bread that the original recipe says 8 slices of cinnamon bread. Well, I've used cinnamon bread, I've used French bread, homemade bread, whatever kind of bread you have, and all I do is just basically chop up the little pieces, or not wanting to tear it up. And I use bread that is old, or bread that you might not eat because it's gotten hard or stale. So anyways, you just keep breaking it up, and you can see how this one is, but we're used to stale bread because I always went to the bread store and bought all my breads as my kids were growing up. But with 9 of them, they didn't know what fresh bread was unless it was homemade. And nobody ever complained about it. And it's so funny because when I've gone to my friend's house, and I'll say, I can bring the bread, but it's not exactly the best. And then she says, this was my friend Megan, she said, it doesn't matter, my kids are the same way. But you just kind of fill it up based on your size of your pan, because I don't really follow the recipe anymore. I just make it like this, tear the bread up, and then I'm going to top it with the cream cheese, and then we're going to take all the eggs and go ahead and mix them up. But it's super simple, and it's very convenient. So what I always do is so I'm going to have it say Sunday morning, and what I'll do is I'll take it out of the freezer and I'll just leave it on the counter, and then the next morning it's almost all thawed out, and then that way I go ahead. Plus it's a little bit it's still really cold, but it's a little bit thawed out, so that when I put it in the oven and bake it, it bakes up really well. Or you could leave it in the refrigerator overnight, whichever you would prefer. And I always throw a little cinnamon in, and sometimes you can throw raisins in, or even cranberries. And those are not on the recipe card. Those are just things that I like to do. And I also throw in vanilla. You could make a pumpkin one with some of the pumpkin bread. And I also, like with all the breads that I used to sell at the farmer's market, I would take and make these too, because if we had breads left over, I would do that sometimes. Even it's good with zucchini bread, homemade zucchini bread. So that it's just endless amount of things that you can do with this, because it's a very simple recipe and it's enjoyable. And it also, like, you could take it to the church. You could take it to, you know, a morning breakfast. And all the times when I've done that, everybody says, well, this is so good. And I think back to the day Dee brought it in. So we were working ortho neuro, but her and I were, we did float pool. And we would go to the other floors and work. And a lot of times I got the pediatric unit, which I ended up working on the pediatric unit. And I also worked in labor and delivery. I worked in the emergency room. I worked in all. So that was one bag and like one end out of another one that's filled it up. And so that's good, isn't it? So, all right. So now that's done. I go ahead and cut the cream cheese. And we'll get the oven turned on, because this one here is going to be for y'all's little snack. So I hope everybody's been doing good. I've been super busy, feeling like overwhelmed busy, trying to get all my plants transplanted, and moved out to the greenhouse. And I'm trying to get the rest of my other seeds planted, like my broccoli, my Brussels sprouts, my cauliflower, and something like kohlrabi, Swiss chard. A lot of the, because here I was able to grow those all year. So there you go, like that. And then go ahead and open up another package and get that. I should have opened it up before I was on camera, because now I can't, because my hands are cream cheesy. But once I got these containers here, but now they've gone so high that it's outrageous how high they went. And I keep watching them and watching. I'm hoping they're going to go back down in price, because when I started buying them, they were $26. And then Black Friday, they went down to $20. And my husband said, he said, I hope you bought some. And I said, I did. I bought like 10. And right now, these are the only 2 left that we have. And that was because we ate something out of the freezer the other night. And plus I had the casserole that I made with y'all the other night in one. And but I've got meatloafs in them. I have lasagnas in them. Let's see, chicken and broccoli. Some more of the stuffed French toast. So, and you know, you can put as much as you want or as little as you want, but this is all I do. I always was, I grew up not having anybody that cooked. And so I learned to cook all on my own, basically, from the time that, you know, I watched and stuff, like from my grandma. But I just, when I got married, I always just like bought little cookbooks and stuff, and so I could.
Got married.
Huh?
You must have just got married.
What does that mean? Because I'm still buying cookbooks. That's because I love to cook, and I would, like, the first time I bought a cookbook, I was at a church bazaar that I had rode my bike to, and I bought the cookbook, and I'm telling you, I don't even think, and it was like a brand new cookbook, and I honestly believe it was only like $4. It was like so cheap, and that would have been like in the late 70s. So, but anyways, let me get a plate so we can get these eggs cracked and get going on them. Because I got a lot of eggs here to do. And I've got a few that are cracked from the chickens, because we've got one out there that just won't quit, and we did buy the ceramic eggs and it did work. So but she'll still try to get them. You just got to be fast.
She's gonna be chicken pot pie.
Yeah, as soon as we have this spinner going,
She's spinning.
because she's a mess. She's a mess. But all right, I'm gonna get all these eggs cracked and get into the bowl, and then we will I'll be back. Okay, so I went ahead and did about, it was probably about 16 eggs or so, and I just put in, this is some of my homemade vanilla, and oh my goodness, my lid. What do I do to my own lids? I had a customer Saturday send me an email that they couldn't get into their strawberry jam they bought from me. The lids just, they get tight, especially when they're heated and stuff. So it's 2 cups of milk to 12 eggs is the original recipe says. But like I said, you can't mess it up, honestly. So we'll do about 2 cups of milk in here, and give or take a little. And there was something else I was going to tell you about the oh yeah, the ceramic eggs. So my daughter, the boys collect the eggs too. So my daughter got one of the eggs one morning, and she was cracking the eggs because they come and stay a lot. And when she got the egg, she said, "What's wrong with this egg?"
Doing,
And Bruce said, "No, there went that other ceramic egg."
Yeah, it was funny.
But this is our homemade maple syrup, and we're actually out there boiling right now. So it calls for 1/3 of a cup, or 2/3 a cup of maple syrup. So I'm gonna do about that much. And it's so nice to have the homemade maple syrup. Because it has a smoky taste to it, and I'm gonna tell you, it's so good. And then you just mix it up, and the eggs are so nice and dark, that nice orange color. And like I said, you can do the raisins, the cranberries, you can do nuts. I've done nuts too. You do pecans and walnuts. You could do almonds. You can even make some almond bread and make this as well. I mean, it's just endless. And then when you've got it already in the freezer, and it just to take out, it makes a great breakfast, especially on a busy morning, because you could put it out overnight, and then while you went and got ready to leave, it could be cooking. Just, put it on the first thing whenever you get your coffee or tea or something, and put it on, and then it bakes, because it bakes like 45 minutes or until the center comes out clean. And then, like I said, you could do a little cinnamon in here. And usually I go ahead and just cover it up as best I can with the bread, trying to get each one covered up. And that's probably about all I'm going to put in that one. And then, like I said, I'll just make some more based on how it looks. Because the original, it was for a 9x13 pan. But I quit making them in the 9x13s because it was a little more than we needed anymore. Originally it was, but you know, since it's rich, you don't eat as much of it. So let's see, the cinnamon, you could do apple pie spice. You could even put some little apples in it. I've got the Ceylon cinnamon here, and let's see, you could put some dried fruits. It's just so good in every way you think about, basically. And that's it. There's the first one, and we're going to go ahead and pop this one right in the oven. Go ahead and turn the oven on for 350 and 40 to 45 minutes. So we'll start the oven. Start. Okay, so that'll be warming up for me. And we'll go ahead and do some more eggs now. Oh, wonder how that got there. Must have stuck to the bottom of the bowl.
Chicken bonus.
Well, they're not getting these eggs.
No, I know.
I learned that lesson a long time ago.
Yeah. Rick Grimes.
Okay, guys, so I'm back. I've done a bunch more eggs, so I could go ahead and finish this off. And you don't want to fill it up too much more than that. You know, probably 2/3 full, because it does rise up when it's cooking. But it also, once you take it out, it does settle back down. And I know that I pretty much got exactly the right amount. Could use a little more on that one, just a little bit more. So I'll get a few more eggs, which is good because I've literally used more than about 36 eggs. So that's a good thing, because I literally have, I probably have right now, there's like 10 dozen in the refrigerator, and then I had 5 dozen over there, plus 5 dozen in the cartons, and a bunch on the counter. So that's a good thing. Not complaining, just saying. Because I tell you, there for a while, I was only getting a few a day. And I was like, y'all gotta come on. And we've always bought our feed from the co-op or the Kerr Tuck Feed and Seed, which Kerr Tuck Grain is what it was called. Kerr Tuck Grain. So we always got our feed there. Colton would drive over there and pick up the feed on the, we'd get like 10 bags at a time on the trailer. So I'm just kind of, like I said, throwing it together here for this last little bit. But you get it, it's simple. And if you didn't want to use the maple syrup, you could use honey, but the maple syrup does make it a lot better. Honestly, it does, because it's got that morning French toast taste. Or afternoon for their snack. So, and I always made these, mostly I only made it at Christmas time, like when we had family, but anymore I always just make it all the time. And that's it, guys. So now what I will do is go ahead and put the lid on this. And then, like, when the boys are at, while I'm at working at the farmer's market, the boys could always have these and bake them in the morning to have for breakfast and eat throughout the day, because there won't be no shortage of that. And then I take cellophane, I guess it's cellophane, I don't know, clean wrap or stretch tight. I like this brand. I used to use all this one on my pottery, and this one here I've always liked because I guess because it didn't seem to stick as bad. And I just take and wrap it up like this, and this way I could write on the lid, since I might not be the one cooking it. And they fit perfectly. 2 rows in my freezer, which I'm gonna show you that. How they fit really good. So it's stuffed French toast. And it's, today is March 27th. Okay, 27th. And it's, I usually write fall. But with these containers, you can actually just put them in the from the freezer, and they actually, it's pretty amazing. They do well. Yes, Dusty?
Well, no, just clean my throat.
Okay. Bake 350, 40 to 45 minutes. And hopefully it's my daughter's birthday this weekend. Yes, this weekend. And when she comes, I don't know when next time I have to go to town, but when she comes, we're probably going to do a lot more because we've been looking forward to getting back together, because last weekend I worked and I'm actually not working this weekend, which is because I'm telling you, I was wore out from all that. But I'm so glad that we don't have a show this weekend. Now, that doesn't mean it's also only Tuesday or Monday. The boys have spring break, so I'm already jumping ahead because yesterday it felt like Monday for some reason. But they are home for spring break. And of course, oh my goodness, yeah, you don't want to turn it sideways because I just made a huge mess. That's sometimes I can't talk and do two things at once. So there we go. Yeah. I love these towels. These are what I get at the shows, and now they're doing them, well, at least the ladies that I've seen, they're doing them really thick with nice towels. And like this one even has one of the hook kind, like those are fancy type towels. I love these towels. And they're much more absorbent, but they have some really cute ones. Look at this one. I love anything mushroom. So, and sometimes when they're selling them, they're like so cheap. I'm not even joking. That I don't even know. I know they're just doing it to be doing it, because they there's just no way that they would have enough money, make enough money from it. And I know they enjoy it, and that's the most important part. And I enjoy buying them because I use them, and I always bought the thinner ones before, but now I'm spoiled and got the thicker ones. Okay, so the oven is now preheated. So I'm gonna go, it's best to soak overnight, let me tell you that. It is best to soak overnight because the eggs absorb into the bread better. So if you make it, like say you were making it for a party or something, you go ahead and make it the night before and then put it in the refrigerator and then bake it the next morning. So, but I will now take you out to the freezer and show you how they fit inside the freezer. And then once this is done cooking, I will bring you back. Okay guys, so I've got, it holds 6, and there is the new one I just put in. And I'm sure that this one is the sausage and potato potato bake. And then there is the second one there. But I know in the back, see, I've got peanut butter and jellies right there. Then in this one, I have more in here. And then here's a small one right here with more of those breakfast sandwiches that I did the last time. And I don't know where the breakfast burritos are. All right, guys. Well, the camera was the wrong way. Okay, so let's see. The timer just went off. Let's give it a check here. If I can find... Look at that. Oh my goodness. You see how puffed up it is? And that went right through a cream cheese. It could go just about 5 more minutes longer. And then it should be done. It's got a little tiny bit left to go. And cooking has ended, of course, so I gotta start it back up. Because I did the timer for exactly 45 minutes. So I'll be back in a few minutes. Okay. Looky there. Oh, yes. Colby asked, was this for the freeze? And I was like, nope, it's for y'all to eat. Look at that. Perfection. I go without being in the cream cheese. Look at that. Clean as a whistle. So, there you have it. A beautiful stuffed French toast little snack for them. And I'm going to go ahead and put it out right here. Look at that. I love it. I've been doing all my plants and transplanting them, and Bruce is finishing up with the big greenhouse. So I will walk you out there and so you can see it, but this will pretty much be the end of the video other than that. And thanks for watching. Well, I forgot. Colby wants to try it. You see that, guys? Somebody wants it. Julie's like, I'll hang around and wait. Is it hot?
Oh, oh man, that was really good.
It's too hot, isn't it?
It's hot.
Okay. Well, you wanted to try it. Rosie's like, okay. Everybody wants some. Ah, get down, Rosie. Get down.
Sit.
Okay. Looky there. What do you want to tell them, Bruce?
Woohoo! Almost there. Need somebody to come melt all that snow on the panels.
Oh yeah, way back over there.
Yeah. We're almost done with the roof system.
It looks so good, doesn't it? And the vents go up and down the roof vents, which is really nice. And Bruce will be so glad to get off this walkboards.
Yes.
Because you don't bounce, do you?
No, I don't bounce.
All right, that's it, guys. Thanks for watching.